Eastern White Cedar is one of the most unique trees in the Maritimes, with unusual sinuous bark and foliage unlike any other plant in the region. They have medium shade tolerance, and because of this, they generally grow in areas with lower competition. Exceptionally wet areas such as swamps, fens, and riverbanks, and areas with exceptionally dry and/or thin soils such as cliffs are common habitats. However, they can also grow in more typical forest habitats if they are given an opening. White cedar is usually a medium-sized tree, growing 50 to 60 feet tall and 2.5 feet wide. However, in good conditions, this species has grown to over 100 feet tall and over 4 feet wide in New Brunswick. This species is common throughout the province, however they reach their greatest sizes on riverbanks in the north of the province. Common associates include black and white spruce, tamarack, balsam poplar, yellow birch, and balsam fir. Eastern white cedar is a solid contender for the easiest tree in New Brunswick to identify. The bark is a light grayish-brown with long, fibrous strands running vertically along the trunk. This bark is consistent from very young age to the end of the tree's life, with the only changes in old age being deeper furrows. The foliage is also very unique, yellowish-green evergreen sprays made of small, scale-like leaves. The only plant with similar foliage is creeping juniper. However, it is a small shrub with blue berries rather than cones, and is uncommon in New Brunswick, mostly restricted to open headlands along our north and south coasts. Eastern white cedar has very small cones, maxing out at around half an inch long and with 6 to 8 scales. They ripen in September and October. Eastern white cedar can be identified from a distance by its broad, rounded silhouette, its somewhat feathery appearance from its yellowish-green foliage, and its relatively sparse canopy. Aside from their unique looks, Eastern white cedar is also rather ecologically unique. It is our only coniferous species that is tolerant of high pH or basic conditions, which allows it to create a rare and unique type of habitat in western and northern New Brunswick, rich wooded fens. Fens are wetlands that are fed by groundwater, and in the west and north of New Brunswick, this groundwater often flows through high pH bedrock, enriching it with nutrients. Cedars are the dominant species in this habitat, and dozens of provincially rare species grow in these areas, including round-leaved orchis, marsh valerian, and showy lady slippers. Cedar stands provide excellent cover for many species, and the foliage is a favorite food of white-tailed deer. Eastern white cedar wood is exceptionally rot-resistant, making it a popular choice for fences, garden beds, and other projects exposed to the elements. A pleasant tea that is high in vitamin C can be brewed from the foliage, however it should be drunk in moderation. This tree is popular in landscaping and is both adaptable and low maintenance. I would highly recommend that you visit a swamp in your area and learn to identify this majestic and unique tree.